afternoon.
Good job on the longest drive.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Keenan Love it.
James Lambert.
Good to meet you.
Longest drive winner?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pinto Beach, longest drive winner, right?
I know where the sprinkler heads are.
You know how to dial it in.
I know where the sprinkler head.
He schooled them out there, and there was a bunch of people in it, too.
60-yard bounces help.
You will take whatever it gives you.
Yes.
Whatever it gives you.
Good stuff.
So,
Congratulations.
have you kind of briefed them on?
No, I waited till you got here.
Okay,
so that I can take up more of your time.
Good.
Time is money to an attorney.
Yeah, so, well, thank you. I'll send you a gift basket. What we're doing here is, just seeking my client. I'm here on behalf of Katherine Milligan, who, as you may know, is the late Larry Kautz's daughter. And so this is regarding property, a little tiny piece of what you may know as Kautz Acres over there, kind of by the golf course and the Elks Club, where she can had right there. And
used to be the Bill and Barbara Bowen property.
I'll sit there in just a second.
I don't really call it that.
It's too big.
Who wasn't on it yet, was
Need to go west some more.
he? There's my house.
You got your house on there, Lena? You up for sale?
We're getting into the city.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that,
I think
yes,
I have to go.
yes, right there,
It's
Kautz
right-
Family
it's right
Trust.
Yep.
So
Just
yeah,
a-
you.
I'll get it fixed.
it's that one right here. It's
Whoa.
Says Cassidy.
yeah.
Yes.
Oops.
She used to be a Cassidy.
So you can kind of see the pond right there. What
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about. Well, no, that's actually the outbuildings.
Outbuildings,
There's
the pond, yeah.
So I drew that
So
blue.
yeah, there's the line that Leanne drew. So right there, that's, and as I believe, if you've seen the survey, we've already had Ernie go out there and look at it. And that little piece right there is essentially non-farmable, non-irrigable land. It's just a swamp area, which is why that pond is there. And before Larry got sick and passed, it was always his intention to get that over to his daughter, Kathy, because her and her husband obviously use that land. Now, technically, the western line of Kathy's land, that's where the city and the county lines are. Her piece is technically in the city. She is your last kind of piece along outside. You get on the other side of the road and go Fairway Drive. She's kind of the last piece in the city. Mm-hmm. And so through Leanne, we worked with the city, and they're good with doing this, and essentially just extending her parcel to include that area where their outbuildings are on, and just kind of the unfarmable swampland that includes that pond. Grant Miss Milligan an exemption to allow her to keep that approximately 3 acre parcel, and where she's also the trustee of the Kautz Family Trust, and all of the beneficiaries are in line with this and okay with it. She's going to make it up to them upon the sale of, they're going to put the remaining 50 plus or minus a little bit acres that actually is farmed up for sale. I believe it may just be getting up for sale.
This has just been an interesting situation with it being on the town boundary in the county, because we don't have, neither of us, neither the city of Cortez nor the county, addresses in our land use codes at all situations like this, because she was basically like, you do the work. I'm like, no, you do the work.
So here we are. We're doing the work.
So guess who's doing the work?
So Ernie's got that at 2.95 acres. That's the area we're talking about. You can see her parcel, the pond where they have their barn.
Yeah, they kind of built their outbuildings on Larry's
yeah,
land.
and I think, like I said, that was Larry didn't ever use the land for farm because it was
just
essentially swampland. He didn't ever mess with it, and so I think that was always their intent, was to have Kathy have it. But as things often go,
things happen out of
there's a lot of
sequence.
talk, and there's not necessarily the proper steps taken. So we're here today asking your guys' preliminary, basically approval to move forward in going through the exemption process.
So Ernie has surveyed it and all.
Yeah,
the
this
meets
is
and bounds are put on,
Ernie's
yep.
survey that he completed. It was finalized last week. So if you have any questions, I'm obviously here to answer on behalf of Miss Milligan.
Yeah. The heirs to the rest of Larry's estate or that property there are in agreement. You've gotten their consents to,
Yes.
to do this.
Kathy's going to make it up to them. They don't mind basically what's going to happen, and instead of it being a straight split when the property sells,
she'll
we're going to
acquiesce
have
it.
to proportion this out. And so they will get a larger percentage of the sale than her, because she's getting it in land.
Right.
So with that is the agreement. They're not just saying, okay, yeah, you get an extra 3 acres compared to the rest of us. None of them are in any way interested in this. I mean, this is where Kathy lives. You know, so this is just an extension of her land. So they're not really interested in this piece. None of the heirs really interested in the whole 53 acres. They want to sell it. They want to. So upon that agreement, they're okay with it.
They'll just have a larger portion of the 50 acres when it
Yes.
sells. And
Yes.
And
Looks like it
it'll
makes
be
sense to me.
taxed just exactly the same too. So it'll still be, I mean, the taxes won't be any different on, you know.
Yeah. So this,
Right.
the way I
City
understand
tax.
it, correct me if I'm wrong, which is often, this 2.95 acres will be taxed from the county, whatever, and then this will continue being taxed by the city.
That's correct.
Will it stay 2 separate lots? Or
No, it'll be
no
one.
combined?
Oh, so that's why it got confusing.
It will be, yeah,
It will be one lot.
Kind of like Circle Zero down south of town that has, you know, part of that property is, or Mr. Black's property.
Yeah, Circle
part of it's,
Zebra and-
part
yeah.
of it's in the county and part of it's in the city. So that you just divide that. But instead of, the other option was making her go through a subdivision process to create a 3-acre lot up in the corner of that property, which just seemed kind of, yeah.
On behalf of Ms. Mill, we were hoping to not have to put her through that
Right.
that burden. When this is really doesn't affect anybody. I mean, in my opinion, obviously, it's your guys' discretion.
The county attorney and the city attorney did talk about this. They agreed. I think everyone came to the conclusion that because there is we have nothing directing us on how to do things like this, that it would be reviewed by town council as well, signed off on ultimately by the mayor, as well as you guys, so that there's never
Both parties are in their agreement.
never in the future any concern that not all parties were.
So be written, so be done. Yeah, so, okay.
So in the future, if the same thing happens, we'll keep both entities,
somebody could-
city and county.
Yeah, with this happening, it's kind of created we've dropped a rock in a bucket on this one, because now they're wanting to talk annexation and you know, our land use codes working with each other, because they basically at first said, well, that's fine, but she's going to have to annex in to the city. And it was like, why?
Yeah, well,
So that has started that dialogue as well.
So they want us to spend $250,000 to redo our land use code as well?
if it comes to that point, I think my feathers will be ruffled, and I will be speaking with the city a little more loudly.
No, they did.
But at
give me
this
the Delaware
point,
information, though, on
At
how
this
I
point,
could-
At
we're
this
in
point,
agreement.
everything's in
They really-
agreement. If that monkey wrench is thrown, then
which I haven't heard from that monkey, by the way, or his wrench.
Or his monkey
So-
wrench gang.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't foresee a problem. I really
Yeah.
don't.
So hopefully preliminarily we can move forward. If that happens, deal with it.
Then we'll have to deal with another matter. But as of today, we're dealing with just this, basically this 3-acre addition to her
Yes, sir.
home property.
Correct.
So what does that make that lot? 5 acres?
4.8,
Okay.
or 4.58.
Altogether?
Yeah, I'm
One
upside
point
down.
five eight's what she's
Yeah,
living
there
on
you go.
now, and it's an addition of 3 or
Yep.
295.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll move that we grant the exemption request made by Katherine Milligan on property located at 2351 North Dolores Road, Cortez, Colorado.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the exemption for Katherine Milligan on 2351 North Dolores Road. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And appreciate your guys' time today and appreciate the ability to move forward.